everyone, welcome back to another video. Dragon3K here, and instead of doing a gaming video like I usually do, I want to tell you guys about something. It's basically, I have these two people, right? Their names are Kitty Man and Kitty Girl. Their real names are Michael and Luna, and them and their family, friends, gangs, and alliances, and all generations of their family, friends, gangs, and alliances have. And before I say this, all the other times I've said the exact same thing but different numbers, all of those were combined into one big number. So that number is so big that I can't actually explain it, but it's basically just infinity, over and over and over and over and over and over again. Infinite nines, infinite nine, infinite E, infinite nine, infinite, and then multiplied and added infinitely. So now that's such a big number, and half of those things are good and half of those things are bad. And all those bad things were turned into good and then put with the other good stuff. And now all of that is in Everythingland. And since all of that is in Everythingland, I wanted to tell you this. Everythingland is in the actual heaven. Or not in the actual heaven, in heaven. The heaven in another dimension. And I'm not just gonna cut the video at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. I'm not doing that. I wanted to tell you guys about Everythingland and all of that. So basically, since everything is in Everythingland, it has a big population, and all the space in Everythingland is just taken up by cities in the sky, on the ground, in the ground, on the water, in the water, and in the water. And that number that I just mentioned earlier in the video, that is also how many mods and add-ons that are in Everythingland to make it better and bigger and all of that. And also, if you were wondering about transportation and all of that, there's this big giant highway, 48 lanes, 24 for oncoming and 24 for non-oncoming. And that road is called All Road. That road is the main highway that connects everything in Everythingland. And there's many different versions of All Road. There's the original All Road, Old All Road, Highway All Road, Bridge All Road, Tunnel All Road, and those have old versions of it too, and new versions of it also. And then all of those connect each other and connect everything in Everythingland. Also, if you were wondering about the military and the safety of Everythingland, the police force, the fire department, and all that stuff, all of that is great. The military is big and strong. The military has a navy, an army, an air force, and other branches that I did not mention in this video. And military has lots of different artillery, old, new, and futuristic. And the same with the vehicles and weapons used in the military. And the police force has some branches of it too, like the SWAT. They also have a branch that is based in the water. They have their own navy. It's not like the Everythingland military. It's not like their navy. It's like thousands of times smaller, but they are there to just be doing just patrolling the waters, making sure they're safe. If anything happens in the water, they can go check it out. If anything happens on land, the regular police can go check it out. And SWAT is basically a stronger version of the police. They have their own water branch and just regular, kind of like the police. And their government is very big, very strong, and it consists of two people. The president being God, and the vice president being idiot. And the government doesn't hold elections, so being and God are both in government and presidents forever. And also, if you're wondering about the education and happiness, Everythingland's happiness is always good. It's at 100% all day, every day. And it doesn't matter where you are in Everythingland, your happiness is always going to be 100%. All of the time, all day, every day. And so the education is very good, and electricity-wise, they are very good with electricity. The power grid in Everythingland is absolutely amazing, and Everythingland, in the big cities, they usually use underground power lines, and for less populated areas, they just use regular overhead power lines. Basically, they both go hand in hand, basically. And they also have, money-wise, there's no inflation, so the inflation rate in Everythingland isn't climbing. It is currently stable at 0.5%. So very little inflation. The government is very rich. The whole country has a lot of money. And so they use it to get things and make Everythingland better. So, yeah. And if you want to know the history of Everythingland, because it didn't just become Everythingland. there were a lot of steps before that, and the oldest part of Everythingland was a city called Redwood City. It was basically my own made-up city. It had a population of around 15,000. It was very prone to tornadoes and other natural disasters because the location of Redwood City was prone to many disasters. It was 1,000 miles from a volcano. It was very prone to tornadoes and floods. They were in a very snowy environment. It was either very cold or very hot. There were barely any days in Redwood City where it was perfect. Redwood City always had very bad weather, and they were not in the greatest environment of sorts, but next step up from Redwood City was Brickland. It wasn't really like Everythingland, and it's just kind of the baby that there's kind of like baby Everythingland. They weren't in a very disastrous environment. They really didn't get hit by many natural disasters like Redwood. And the same can't be said for Redwood City, which is what we just talked about. Basically, right now we're kind of comparing the Redwood City to Brickland. And then Brickland had not as strong of a military as Everythingland. It was just as destructible as really any other kind of thing. By the way, I forgot to tell you guys this. Everythingland is completely indestructible, by the way. But with that out of the way, let's continue with the history. And so Brickland had half the population Everythingland has. It basically had 995 billion, or 995 gazillion, 200, 868 gazillion, 527 quadrillion, 667 septillion, 958 sextillion, 958 decillion, 757 octodecillion, 975 trillion, 957 billion, 127,728,095 people. That's a lot of people. And Everythingland has an infinite number of people. So that's why I said half, because Brickland still had a big number of people. But yeah. And if you're wondering, the military, the police force, and the fire department, education, nature, all that stuff wasn't as great as Everythingland. So basically, Brickland was just a worse version of Everythingland. Then we step up to the infinite countries of Brickland. So basically, there was 3 countries in the infinite countries of Brickland: Catland, and Dogland. They all had cats, dogs, and humans, of course, because of the name. I came up with the name because, well, there was 3 countries, and so, yeah. And, with the Infinite Countries of Brickland, it had double the amount of people Brickland had. It had no natural disasters, and same can't be said for Brickland and Redwood City, which we just covered. And, there's really not much to say about the military, the police force, or anything like that. There's really nothing to say about that. It's just kind of meh. You think about it, it's not the greatest, but yeah, who knows, who cares? The Infinite Countries of Brickland was just kind of a meh country. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. You know what I'm saying? And then next step forward, we have the Infinite Countries of Everythingland, which is basically the same thing as the Infinite Countries of Brickland, but different. It had the word Everythingland in it, which is the name of Everythingland, just with the Infinite Countries of. So basically, their population was 4 times as much as the Infinite Countries of Brickland, 8 times the population of Brickland, and 16 times and 128 times the population of Redwood City. So basically it had a lot of people. The military wasn't the best. Neither was their education, police force, and fire brigade. Wasn't the best. And also, an honorable mention, all of the countries that I have mentioned right now, it's kind of, something I kind of wanted to share you guys with and kind of catch you guys up on. I'm not going to say anything different about Everythingland, but anyways, back to the Infinite Countries of Everythingland. That, I wouldn't say it didn't have any natural disasters. It did sometimes. Not as often as Brickland or any other country or city we mentioned beforehand. And, well, yeah. And if you were wondering, the capital city of Brickland, the Infinite Countries of Brickland, and the Infinite Countries of Everythingland are Brick City for Brickland, Brickville for the Infinite Countries of Brickland, and Brickersville for the Infinite Countries of Everythingland. The capital city of Everythingland is Everything City. And, so basically, the remaining things we really have to talk about, the Infinite Countries of Everythingland, there's really not much to discuss. Stuff that I really don't think is important to you guys. But I'll mention it anyways. The lore behind the Infinite Countries of Everythingland isn't really different from the lore behind the other things we mentioned, even Everythingland in this case. The lore really isn't any different. If you count the things that kind of said, the Infinite Countries of Everythingland is another meh country that kind of like, I forgot the name of the country I mentioned that was also a meh country. It was probably the Infinite Countries of Brickland, so the Infinite Countries of Brickland and Everythingland are both meh countries. they're not really the best, not the worst. Nothing much to say about it. And, well, there's Everythingland next. I don't really have any other ideas for other countries, but all the other countries and the city I mentioned before were all combined, and so were the mods and add-ons and everything else we already mentioned about Everythingland. Anything bad was obviously turned to good and put with that, and all that was combined with Everythingland, added an infinite number of times and multiplied an infinite number of times. And that number that I mentioned way in the beginning counts for the amount of times the everything and the infinite countries of Everythingland, the infinite countries of Brooklyn, and Redwood City. That same number applies to the amount of times that everything in there and them were added and multiplied in infinite numbers of times. It's pretty hard to explain, but you probably get the point. The point I'm trying to cross is that, well, Everythingland's the best of them all, and there's really nothing further to say, but to say that the evolution was kind of, I didn't rush through it. Everything that I said before was accurate. In my books, it was pretty accurate. It was actually really spot on, like, hit in the middle, like, target hit kind of thing. I hit bullseye in the head with that one, but, well, there's really nothing other than that to say. But if you want a part 2 to this video, just let me know in the comments. Before I end the video, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm not just doing your guys' dares to 250 subscribers. I'm also going to do some other stuff for 250. You just gotta wait, because I'm not going to tell you because it's a surprise, but basically I'm going to be doing a lot of things. And, yeah, well, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, be sure to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and put them to all, so that way you can get notified of all the new videos and shorts I post. I also got a TikTok. It is at catlee586, so if you have TikTok, go ahead and follow that account. Also, I have a Roblox account, Bacon the Man 2705. I'm at 168 friends right now, so you guys better add me quick before I reach 200. And also, if you're new to the channel and you don't know the rules for the dares, just let me tell you. If you've already heard, then you don't need to listen to this if you don't want to, but you can click off now if you want, if you've already heard it. But for those that are new, it's basically you get 3 dares, a max of 3 dares. That can be in real life dares and game dares. If it's not too dangerous, if it is appropriate and age appropriate, if my mom approves of it, and if it stays within my boundaries, you're good. If it doesn't meet those requirements, then I will disregard your dare. If you beg for me to do your dare, I won't do it. And also, If you have any other suggestions for games and other things I should play on Roblox or anything like that, just let me know. And sorry about the very long outro because of me asking for you guys to do blah blah blah. And subscribing, turning on the notifications, liking the video, and putting those notifications to all will let me know that you have joined the Dragon Squad. And also, this outro is kind of boring, I know, but before I stop the recording, I will also be doing some Theotown videos. There's really the only Theotown video I did was about a month or so ago. It was kind of cringe, to be honest. It was with my old phone that I had before I got my Samsung Galaxy S22. It was another phone. Same company, but just different type of phone. I recorded low quality videos, so don't go check out those videos, but and also before I stop the recording, I want you to share this video and all my other videos with as many people you know and you think will enjoy the kind of content I create. And if you want me to just, well, me do other stuff, then let me know. Also, the kind of pain I feel? The pain I feel is when these small content creators on YouTube don't really get a lot of views and have 200, 300 something subscribers, or well, anywhere in between 1,000 or 50,000 or no 10,000 subscribers to anything lower than that. Those kinds of small YouTube creators don't really get a lot of notice and a lot of views and stuff. So because us small content creators don't really get a lot of attention because these huge ass YouTubers are taking over YouTube and not letting us get any of the clout. That's why I tell everyone that I have a YouTube channel, because I want to be a big content creator someday. I'm only an 11-year-old child making YouTube videos as a hobby, And I don't really get a lot of views on my videos because I'm not really that popular. And the reason why people subscribe to my channel, not so they can watch my videos, is so they can just subscribe and unsubscribe again. It's not fair. And I guess it's how the world works, and I can't change that. But maybe one day I'll be a big content creator, knowing I'm only 11. Lucky kids like lucky kids, kids that are lucky get really, really popular for some reason. And I'm just not one of those lucky kids. I'm grateful for all those that actually watch and enjoy my content, but I just want more of that. And thanks to all the people that actually watched and enjoyed my first episode of Melon Playground Shenanigans. The first time I checked, it had 172 views. That's a lot. because most of my videos get a minimum of 3 views to a maximum of like 100. So to whoever watched that video, thank you. And I hope you guys will watch my other videos and enjoy them just as much. But anyways, with all that out of the way, done and said, this is Dragon Author K signing off. Peace.